Hello and welcome to a new overview video. Today we're going to cover the new integration that went live today, which is Calcom, and this is an alternative towards Calendly. So Calcom also allows you to create free accounts, connect towards your Google Calendar, and make the integration between your Google Calendar and your chatbots or your AI agents much easier. The way to do so is by first going towards integrations on the left-hand menu, then scroll down until you come towards the calendar section. And from here, you will see cal.com. You will need to fill in your API key, which you can fetch from your cal.com account. And once done, you should have the status verified. Now, inside the flow builder, once you've done that, you can find the cal.com integration by going with an action node. Then go with add item, integrations, and then you will see cal.com pretty much on top. Here you will have quite a few actions at your disposal and you can go over them and only use the ones that you find fitting. We will cover a few to make sure that you get the most basic options out of it. First of all, you might want to fetch your events, because if we take a look and we want to create a booking, then you will see that we will need to have an event type ID. And the way to fetch that is by going down, go towards event types and say list event types. From here, you can also provide the event slug if you want to, but let's just fetch all the results. And as you can see, we do have a few various meetings here. So let me just fetch, for example, the demo call, and then we can just copy and paste this. You can also, of course, add this towards one of your custom fields or your bot fields. I will just copy it manually. And now let's find available time slots, because that's also important to be able to provide that and send towards the user. So if we say find available time slots, we are now able to fill in the event type ID, or you can also do so by slug, whatever you like to. For start time, you can go with a manual start time, or you can also do this dynamic by using the now variable, right? But for now, let's say we are going with a manual solution, and let's say this will be the 16th, and then the time will be 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. rather. Let's go with this solution. Now, if you leave the date out of it, it will only fetch the time slots for this specific day. So for today. It's also important to have the end time. So let's say this will be 5 p.m. and we will leave the time zone as is. It will default to UTC, as you can see here, but let's say test request. And now we will get a few time slots back, the ones that are still available, right? And you can see that since we did not define a date, it will fetch the date of today automatically. So if that is something that you want and only fetch available time slots for the same day, you can leave the date out of this. And otherwise you can always go for this kind of format. Okay? You can also only provide the day. So for example, if we say we are going with the day, today's date, which will be the 16th, and let me change that to copy and paste this as well. Let's say test request, and now we get the exact same, right? And if we want, for example, let's say the 20th, then we will only get time slots for that specific day, as you can see. You can save all the time slots like with the Calendly integration, or with any integration like Go High Level and such. You can just save all the data or just save the entire payload, whatever you like to, and then save it towards a custom field. Let's go with the create a booking. So if you want to create a booking link, that is also possible, just to send a booking link towards the user. You can do so. You can generate a booking link. So let me grab a test bot user NS and I will get back to you. So let's enter this bot user NS. As mentioned here, it's for testing only. So in a live preview, you don't have to fill in the bot user NS here. Let's go with John. And let's go with John at do.com. And if we say test request, we will get a booking link. And the great thing is that once generated, you will see that we add the user NS, because once we integrate with Cal.com, this will be a hidden custom field. And we will also integrate the name and email, so the user does not have to fill it in on the calendar page itself. Now, if you don't want to provide a booking link, but want to create a booking directly inside the chatbot itself, it works pretty much the same way. So we have the event type ID, we have the start time, we have the attendee email, the phone number, the name, the attendee time zone. If it remains empty, we will use the workspace time zone, so be aware of that. Then if you want to insert it, you can insert the attendee language. And these are the available options provided by Cal.com. If you want to add any guests, that is also possible. You can comma separate them as the example below. So that is also a possibility. If you have specific booking fields inside of your event in Cal.com, you can add them as such. Okay, so that is an option for you as well. Now for the location type, if you are using Google Meet, this will be an integration type, because Google Meet is an integration provided by Cal.com, but you need to integrate that and add it towards your specific event. The location integration in terms of Google Meet will then be, as you can see here, Google Meet, right? So you can just copy this code and whoops, I will just type it. So you can just go and match that code, and that should be it. If you have any metadata, you can also use that. So you can add it here as well. As mentioned, metadata must have at most 50 keys and each key up to 40 characters, and string values up to 500 characters. And this will be the format. So key and then value. So if you want to add specific metadata, like coming from a chatbot and such, or coming from a specific campaign, then you can add that as well. Once done, it will generate the booking, and then you will get a confirmation that you can send back towards the user. If we take a look at the other actions, there are a lot. You can also get the user profile if you like to. So if we say test request, you will see all the users added towards your Cal.com account. And in this case, it's just me. But that is how you can do it. You can also find the bookings. When finding the bookings, you can also go by event type ID, but you can also define it by attendee email and name and the status, for example. That is the way that you can find bookings and see what the current status is, maybe use it to send reminders and so on. You can also get a specific booking detail. So if you already have the booking UID, right, then you will be able to fill that in and get only that specific booking. You can reschedule a booking, cancel a booking, and all will be based on the UID. Okay, so it is important to capture that. You can also mark a booking absence, confirm a booking, decline a booking, get calendar links, so that is also possible, get booking references. You have the different kinds of event types, so you can only get all the events and or delete one, you cannot create one, and the same with schedules as well. And then lastly, we have the slots. You can find available slots. You can also reserve a specific slot. So if it's not confirmed by the user yet, you can also reserve the slot that it cannot be booked by anyone else. And later on, once the user confirms, you can book this slot. You can get a reserve slot, you can delete reserve slots, and you can also update reserve slots. So this was a short overview of the new integration that went live today about Cal.com, alternative towards Calendly, and an easy way to connect your Google Calendar with a free account on Cal.com. If you have any questions, do let us know. And for now, have a great day, take care, and talk really, really soon.